I'm gonna start off with a little somber note. Recently I was fired from a job. I'm unemployed. It's a bad thing, I think, but it gives me a lot of free time. And I've consciously decided to become active in the Occupy movement. It's not necessarily Wall Street, it's more of Occupy my mom's house. But she does 99% of my laundry. But instead of Febreze and protest chants, it's more of pepper spray and, can you take this down to the basement for me? Yeah, I fucked that up. Alright guys, Christmas time just happened. Let's little applause for Christmas, because I love it. Alright. Found myself at a ugly Christmas sweater party recently. I'll tell you what though, after a few drinks, turned into a bangable Christmas sweater party. I hit that Christmas sweater. Took one home, I woke up the next morning, I was like, it's an ugly Christmas sweater. Last night. I don't know if you know this about me, but I make my own Christmas presents. Save money. Note to self, little word of advice. Don't make your own Christmas presents when you're driving. Got pulled over the other day, got a DIY. To do it yourself. I was like, officer, these googly eyes will not glue themselves on these ornaments. This is vital to my operation. Alright, cool. I was watching some football with my friends the other day. Michael Vick recently got hurt. Came back. I was reading the story that said he, during the interim, he went back to dogfighting. But this time he did it the right way. He got his pilot's license, everybody. It's a World War II joke. World War II. Feeling old. The previous comic just said he turned 30. I turned 30 this year. I'm feeling really old. Yeah. Nothing makes you feel older than a failed Alf reference. You're talking like 22-year-olds. You're like, oh, that's like Alf, and they're like, what? And you're like, I mean, that's like a dubstep band, right? Because he eats cats and then all these kids are talking about getting touched by a coach. Shit makes me remember the first time I was touched by a coach. 1997. Craig T. Nelson, Dauber came out. It was the season finale. It's a heartwarming episode. Very touching. Did not press charges. Did not press charges, guys. Alright. Thinking about the tough economic times. I was reading the story the other day that said Greece might move away from the euro. I was like, finally. Shit makes my breath smell for like 2 days. Oh wait, which one do we put on a pita? Twitter, hashtag tzatziki. I just twittered all your asses back there. I've been back, guys. I recently moved to Chicago a couple of years ago. I live up in Roscoe Village. Actually, it's over here. Walking around my neighborhood, I saw this punk rock bakery, right? Literally, they call themselves a punk rock bakery. I was like, not so fast. Can you really be punk rock if you're using the metric system? Can you like apply a fuck you attitude to like a certain discipline? Something where like I hope this fat doesn't catch on. You're like, am I at the punk rock dentist right now? Am I waiting in the waiting room? Is this a softer version of a Dead Kennedy song? Oh man. Is my lawyer wearing a wallet chain? I am never winning this case right now. Am I at the punk rock doctor? Is he checking my prostate with just his middle finger? Fuck you, cancer. Fuck you, cancer. Hey, cancer, fuck you. Fuck you, cancer. This is the portion of my set where I do a couple questions that I've been thinking about over the last couple months. First question. Do deaf Italian people talk with their hands? Of course they do. They're Italian, right? They have to. They have to. When God was designing women, did he have Delta Burke in mind? I don't think so. I don't think so. Do dyslexic people understand what a murder-suicide is? Well, I mean, suicide, right? Yeah, just checking. When Michael J. Fox works out, it's all shake weight, right? It's all shake weight, no matter what. No matter what. It has to be. It has to be. So, everyone's familiar with the Octomom here, right? Octomom. Hey, Bouncer, you familiar with the Octagon? Okay, she had 8 babies. I was reading the story the other day that said her doctor, her gynecologist, might lose his license. It's like, whoa, not so fast, just his license? I think in a vagina that big, you probably could lose his car keys too. Let's not take inventory just yet. Let's see what else is in there. And he might, it's a piece of Cinnaber's gum from 1997. It's in the bottom of his vagina. Speaking of vaginas, I read this crazy story that some woman was on a morning show. She was talking about this rare condition she was born with. She was born with 2 vaginas. Anybody hear about this? Right? Yes. Meanwhile, her husband is the best bowler on his team. Practice makes perfect. You got me back there. Whatever. I don't know. It's a disgusting joke. Let's see, I read a lot of news, so did you guys read about this guy? I read about him, so you don't have to. But, he was illiterate until he was 96 years old, meaning, like, he didn't know how to read until 96. Crazy. First thing I thought of, I'm like, how many inaccurate bingos did he go through recently? Right? He's like, bingo! They're like, okay, so you got a bingo, let's see what you got here. You got a, you have an O and an I, and you have a G. No, it's not a bingo. He's like, I don't know how to read. Maybe next year. No? Alright guys. I read this other story about this guy, his father in Saudi Arabia is selling his son on Facebook for $20 million. 20 mil. I feel real bad for that kid, you know? His dad's never heard of eBay? Really? Embarrassing. He's like, Dad, no one sells anything on Facebook. It just makes me think though, like I was at the museum the other day and I saw a lot of interaction between parents and kids. I'll tell you what, I like to see parents lay down the law. And I think the most effective tool is the old 1, 2, 3, everybody's familiar. Like the kid won't come over, parents are like, Tim 1, 2. Kid begrudgingly comes over, works every time. Started using it with my friends. I'm like, hey Steve, what's up? Yeah, no? You don't want to come over? 1, 2. 15 minutes later he comes over. I'm like, get inside, roll a blunt, play some Call of Duty, you're in timeout. We can play some video games. We're getting really hot. Play some video games. Yeah, high. Yes. Speaking of high, I was a little bit high the other day. Higher than Tim Taylor's health insurance premiums. How did you get it? Crazy. But, what is other stuff? Hashtag Bigfoot. But this story about the guy who's in a coma for 10 years. 10 years, that's crazy. Not only, like, in time, that's a long time, but, like, pop culture fleeting time. Like, shit that was cool when you fell into a coma, no longer cool when you wake up. How embarrassing is that? He's like, worst case scenario, he's like, just woke up from a 10-year coma. Oh my God, what year is it? Did somebody feed my Tamagotchi? No? Well, at least my barbed wire tattoo's still nice. Let's play some Dreamcast. How's my Enron stock doing? None of this is right. Oh man, I'm kind of nervous with it. I'm having a fun time, but I'm a little shaky. I have some low self-confidence, low self-esteem. It affects everything in my life. And the other day I had a dream. It even affected my dream. I was in my dream at a party. Everybody at the party had low self-esteem. There was a song on, and it was Montel Jordan, but it was just a little different. It was like, this is how we do it? Is it? Hang on, wait. Is this? I know it's Friday night. This is how we do it. I'm like, not you, Montel. Have some confidence. Be confident. This is how we do it. Oh man, Boy Scouts. I was a Boy Scout. I heard the story of that the Boy Scouts are smack dab in the middle of a pedophilia scandal. No shit. Makes me a little mad, right? I'm like, are you telling me I didn't earn this Let's Keep This Secret merit badge? Are you telling me I didn't earn that? Steal some Merlot from your mom and wear tight sweatpants at the next meeting merit badge? Because I worked hard on that shit. Be People over here don't like it. Looks like we got some Eagle Scouts. Spread Eagle Scouts. Right? It's a cheap one. Cheap one for the back row. Cheap one for the back row. All right, so I'm gonna try this one real fast. Me and my friend were at a pizza place the other night. Right behind him, a little across the way, this girl had perfect boobs. Perfect. He told me, I told him this, he told me behind me across the way, perfect boobs as well. Then our waitress comes up, perfect set. It's amazing. 5 minutes later, I realized I don't have cell phone reception. What the? He doesn't have cell phone reception. I'm like, what's going on? He's like, dude, I think we're in a Bermuda Triangle. Yeah. I just Google mapped it and we're not on the map. We're in a Bermuda Triangle. I'll say it one more time. Bermuda Triangle. Just wanted to say that word. Say it when you go home tonight. Alright guys, last joke here. Last joke for you guys. I don't know how long this is going. T.I., everyone's familiar with T.I., the rapper. He just got out of jail. I think it's a good thing. It's a good thing for the hip-hop community. Bad thing for the dyslexic prison guard that never got help with his computer. He's like, oh shit, I'm still on prison. Some guy just got parole. Fuck. Control-Alt-Delete does not work. I heard there was a buffet-style cafeteria there when he was in, so he could have whatever he likes. You can have green beans, mashed potatoes. If you don't like that joke, you can think whatever you like. Alright, guys. Okay, one more joke, So, you know the tsunami? The tsunami hit Japan pretty hard, hit their nuclear reactor. And now they have some plutonium in their soil. And this just brings up an opportunity for me to vocalize my advocacy for plutonium. It's got a shorter half-life. The only danger is it might burn up the R&B chart circa 1993. Tony, Rock City. Good shit. Alright guys, I love you.